man, we finally getting exactly what we wanted in this city. All right. Maybe it's premature for us to celebrate, but the Houston Texans
Stop it.
are doing pretty
Stop
decent.
it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No. Here's what I'm gonna say. I felt that this morning when I woke up. I felt it in my spirit because I was like, yo, the first two games, preseason's great. As a Texans fan, as a Rockets fan, as a Houston fan in general,
Yeah.
you gotta stay even. You gotta stay right here. You know what I'm saying? Don't celebrate if you set you. It's like a watch pop. You can't get too excited too early. It's the preseason. I'm excited. I am, but I'm trying to keep it down. Like, cause I'm gonna get wild. I'm gonna start talking noise, and then the next thing you know, it's 0-13, and that's that. And then it's my fault.
What it is.
It's because I jinxed them, though. It's because I jinxed them. I'm not gonna jinx my team. I'm giving them a chance this year. I'll be like, yo, look, we got a young team. They ready to go. We have, everything is. I didn't know how that Watson thing would turn out, but I feel like it's turned out for the better. We're gonna see how this goes. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
You're excited, but you act like you jinxing the team has anything to do with anything. No one cares about you.
It does.
You're black and ugly as ever. However, I stay used to down to my socks. Oh yes, it's them again. It's the boys from In My Humble Opinion. I'm your host. Welcome to our show. I'm your host, Avery, like a very nice guy. I'm also, Vince McMahon's. I'm the Highway 6 God. I got a various numbers of names. It doesn't even matter, but it's Avery. Ding. And I am with my brother, the co-host, the best writer both sides of the Mississippi and on the planet Earth and on Jupiter, my blood brother, Jess Devon, ladies and gentlemen. Yay.
I don't know how the writers are on Jupiter or, pretty much anywhere else. I'm not going to claim that. You're not going to put that on me.
I'm putting that on you.
All right, writer.
I'm putting that positivity on you, Ricky.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the positivity. I do.
And this is what it is. This is In My Humble Opinion podcast. I want to thank the people that are listening on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, whatever, YouTube. Hey, look, you can see us. And like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends.
Shout out to our favorite YouTube person. Who's our girl on YouTube?
Dang, man.
See, look at you.
Miss Bird. All right, I know her last name.
There you go.
Kimberly Bird.
There you go. See, look at you. Shouts out to Kimberly, day one, always there, keeping us on point. We appreciate it. For real.
And
don't try to come in here and take Kimberly's spot either and be like, oh, listen, that's what I know our cousins are gonna be like, I was day one. Yeah. I was like, I'm sorry. She comments.
Our Larry, our dad.
Comments better. You know what I'm saying? Larry fell off. Yeah, Larry, if you're listening to this, he got lucky because Larry fell off for a while. He was like, I don't know. Now he's trying to come back on.
Yeah, that's our dad. That nigga he got no faith in us. But I have faith in me. I have faith in us because we're following our dreams, okay? And you know who else followed her dreams? Or our next guest did. Or she started by writing music at 7 to recording professionally at 14. Yeah, I got that from the easy page. But no, she goes from go-go dancing to nursing. She tried and realized that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But she knows what's for her. Singing, doing something that she enjoyed and getting paid for. We're going to talk about a myriad of things today. One of the things that I agree with her with, Mariah Carey's everything. Everything. All right? She's a model, writer, singer, rapper, socialite, reality TV star, Brooklyn's own, Fort Greene to be exact. Old dirty bastard. I'm sorry, not mother. Jordan. Erykah Badu lives there right now. I'm saying like Rosie Perez, Chris Rock, Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson. These are great people that have come from this area. And guess what? She's from there too. One of the greatest people, Jaeden Zoe.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
How are you guys?
We are good. We are good. Erykah Badu lives in Fort Greene now?
I don't know. I didn't even know she lived in Fort Greene right now. It's probably the Fort Greene area. I wouldn't say like Fort Greene projects where I was at.
Yeah.
Were you?
It's
Fort
not
Greene
old
is now
Fort Greene.
like the new mecca of Brooklyn, like downtown Brooklyn,
I was
Dumbo.
about to say how much
It's like
it's happening here too. It's happening here too because like I mean you're here in Houston. We
yeah,
focus on Houston artists. That this young lady reps Houston. She is here in Houston. She's cut her
yeah.
teeth here in Houston, so she knows the city. Look, the areas downtown that like are like getting nice. They used to not be, so it's happening now. Like Edo,
Yeah.
they really getting off on Edo. East of downtown used to just be Fifth Ward and the downtown area. Now they're like, oh, it's Edo. Tell us about
Right. I heard the same thing with Third Ward too.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Third Ward in like Midtown.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
yes.
Yes. And
Okay,
the
because I
Heights-
was like,
Heights-
dang, okay.
They really try to extend out Midtown like Midtown was there, and then they just gradually like, oh well, this block is now Midtown, and now this block, and now this block. Like, tell us about growing up in Fort Greene. Like, when's the last time you went back to Fort Greene?
Woo! Okay, that was a long time ago. I haven't been back to Fort Greene in a while. But growing up in Fort Greene, it was just like, well, that's when New York was really New York. Like I feel like New York now is not the New York that I grew up in. It's totally different. Like it was cool. Like everybody in my hood, we all were friends. We all was in the same schools. We seen the same people every single day. So, and it was downtown Brooklyn, so we was right by the Brooklyn Bridge,
Mhm.
and we had this thing called the promenade. We used to always go to the promenade. We used to go down to the water. All of that is new now. It's full of condos. But when we used to go down there, it was just a highway. So I'm like, it's like a different experience now. Like Dumbo and Fort Greene is like, it looks like, I mean, that's what they have, like the new Soho house now, if you go to New York, which is stunning. But it's way different now. But growing up, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Fort was fun.
Well, I mean, speaking of New York and Brooklyn, and that's where you're born. You got your start off. Tell us about Divas with Attitude.
Oh my God! So Divas with Attitude
Right.
is a dance troupe that I was in the community that I lived in called Ingersoll Housing. So with my after school program, they started out a dance group, and at first we were just doing it just for recreational purposes and like after school having fun with your friends. And they had this really brilliant idea and was like, you know what, girls, we should go to the Apollo. And I was like, please, and like, what the hell are they gonna want to do with us? Like,
Talk about the world famous Apollo Theater.
yeah, yeah,
Bruh.
like the world famous Apollo in Harlem. And at first I was like, yeah, okay, like this is crazy. So we made up a dance group, like dance moves or whatever, and we rehearsed, we practiced, and we went to the audition, and we won. We got past the audition stage, and we actually won twice on the show on the Apollo. So that's where the Divas with Attitude came in, and which was really cool. I was 9 years old.
Oh wow.
On the Apollo, like scared is I curse on here? No. Scared as crap.
No. First of all, you can definitely curse. Go ahead and curse.
But I was scared as crap though. I was really like, this is like a different experience, like a 9-year-old being on television. And the craziest experience with Divas with Attitude is being on that stage and not being able to see the crowd, but actually hear the crowd. Because at the Apollo, they have these stage lights and you can't see the crowd, but the crowd can see you, obviously. And I just remember being on stage and just scared, like, is this what it's like? That's what I'm gonna have to go through. Like, I was like a nervous wreck, but at that moment, I know a star was born. So,
A star was definitely born. But I got a question though about the Apollo. Number one, look, I know you rub the wood, of course. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Now, was Steve Harvey hosting at this time?
No.
Okay.
This was in 2005, I think.
I'm so much older than you, so never mind.
I was going to say you was 9 in 2005.
I don't even know. I think it was like sorry, no, 2002.
Okay.
2002. I'm
graduated high school.
It was like early 2000s. But my brain cells is like, but yeah, we rubbed the wood and stuff, but I don't remember who the host was. I can't go that far back. I really don't.
I just want to
but
know.
I do know I do know that we did not get the Sandman, so that's the best thing. We did not get the Sandman. People did get the Sandman when we were on that show though, because we were under the stage.
Okay.
You could hear all the talent going on in the crowd and everything, and you could just hear, woo. I'm like, oh hell no. I was like, I hope we don't get this guy because that is gonna be so embarrassing. Like,
So that
no.
that was your first taste of stardom, I imagine.
Yes, yes,
So
it was.
what was that feeling like for you at that time to be able to be on the world famous Apollo stage where everybody has been on?
It was like scary. I can say I was really nervous. I just remember being extremely nervous, and I was like, I came this far, so I can't check it out now.
Mhm.
But I was really nervous and just, I couldn't wait to see the outcome. I don't know, like almost like I wanted to leave my body and let my body do whatever, you know what I'm saying, and watch me from afar. Like it was just weird. Like I was just extremely nervous, but it was a good experience. It was my very, very first experience in front of a large crowd, especially being on TV and in a newspaper in New York. I think it was in a daily news, or like the Daily News or something like that in New York. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. We had a little article there, and I was like, it was cute.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So I
You're
mean,
right.
that's in New York. We're talking about you're still young at this point, but you already
Right.
have this drive to want to sing, perform something. Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I know this is what I'm gonna do.
Yes, like I mean, I always knew that music was me. It was a part of me. I didn't just wake up and be like, I want to be an artist. Like I don't remember or recall even saying that. I just wake up and did it. I used to always sing, I always, used to go to studios or try to, buy karaoke machines and all types of stuff and just, just be singing on them and try to, mix music. I learned how to work Pro Tools and Reason at the time on
Yeah.
my regular computer, like the Dell desktop that was like 1938. The
Reason
big
was
old,
complicated. Reason was
yeah,
complicated.
like,
So my hat goes off.
right. Right. And
Yeah.
like you have to get like a little microphone and like when you have a desktop computer, and we're not talking about like a MacBook, we're talking about like a Dell like desktop computer. You download Reason on there and you like
with the big booty
just,
screen. Yeah.
yes, you playing what, solitaire and freaking Minesweeper. Like
So you're on the computer, you're learning these things. Now, I was watching an interview before, and you mentioned something, but I just want to see if there was more to this. Did somebody find you on MySpace?
Yes. So, well, Joy Leslie, which is Ryan Leslie's sister, the producer, Ryan
Of
Leslie.
course, Ryan Leslie.
Joy Leslie found me because I loved Cassie. I loved Cassie. She was signed to Next Election at the time, I believe. And then I used to, I knew a producer also. His name was Flames Flow or something like that. I can't really remember. It was so long ago. But he was a producer who also discovered me as well. And I had went to Daddy's house, and he used to have me come there and like actually write for some of the artists. So it was right next door to Source Magazine. It was really crazy. But
But let me clarify for the listeners. Daddy's house is Diddy's old studio.
yes.
Right? Of course, Daddy's house is where all those hits was made. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, well, now it's closed, or he probably has a different studio somewhere else. But at that time, it was Daddy's house, and it was a lot of great music, great things coming out of there. Like I met Wale there. I met a lot of artists coming in and out of that studio. But Joy Leslie found me on MySpace, and she was just like, "Oh, I love your records," because MySpace have the audio things, like like the where you can put your music on there, like a music page.
Yeah.
So I had my music on there, and oh my god, this journey is so cool. But just thinking about like all the things that I did was crazy. But Joy Leslie found me, listened to my music, and she was like, "I have to get your songs over to my brother," because I don't think she knew I knew who Ryan Leslie was. And then after that, it was like a wrap. So I was like, "That's pretty cool. Like people are really watching. You just never know."
I'm about to say you never do know. I mean, what was that like to have that feeling that it's like, oh, like you knew who Ryan Leslie was. Like, you know who Ryan
Yeah.
Leslie was, and it's like people that are associated with him are looking at the music that I'm creating.
Right. And that's why I was just like, wow, like this guy is like a magical musician. Like, you know, he's a genius. And I'm like, you know, like you're a team of people. Like, you know, we're on the same caliber. And you really think that this is like good. And I was at the time, I think like 15, 16. And I was just like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. Like, it's really dope.
Sweet. Yeah, Ryan Leslie don't get enough credit. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened with
Oh,
the
well,
whole
yeah.
scandal thing. He's
Yeah.
in the stolen music thing like that. I don't really get into industry politics like that because, you know, I don't know
yeah,
anything. But all in all, I don't care about drama. He has really great music. So
definitely.
regardless of whatever the situation is, I don't understand why these people are not giving him enough credit that he needs. He should be at the fucking Grammys. Like, you know, like he should be producing a lot of things for like movies, shows, and things like that, which I'm pretty sure he's probably doing.
Yeah.
Just not,
Like,
you know, in public, probably. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm about
he
to
might
say.
have some sync placements because it's like the dude, he does everything.
Right.
He's like Prince. So it's like, it's
Yeah.
dope. So from meeting Ryan Leslie and going from there, continue on with your story. How do you get to the next level?
Well, I just started like branding myself. So I just started doing more music and putting it out on SoundCloud. That's when SoundCloud was like the free, you know, streaming platform for music. So I put my stuff on SoundCloud. I would tell everybody to, you know, stream it. And then that's when space was dying down and then Facebook was becoming popping. So I would go on Facebook. I would just do blast like messages and tell people to come do this. I used to do shows all over New York. I used to do shows at Bowery Poetry Club, Webster Hall. I did a Hot 97 event. That's one of the hottest radio stations in New York City for hip hop and R&B.
We know.
We know who Hot 97 is.
I mean, but you know what? The listeners might not. So I mean, you know, you gotta let them know. Hot 97, like, you know. But I just would, you know, word of mouth. I was, you know, just travel. I was always traveling when I was younger. I love to travel. Like I'm like the road trip hippie. I'm out. So I just to let people know, like, hey, I'm an artist. I'm Jaeden Zoe. Listen to this, that, and the third. So if you like, not Google, but like YouTube some of my older stuff from like 10 years ago, which is crazy. It's like, dang, like I was really doing this. Like, you know, it's so cool to see the growth, like from then to like now, you know.
Yeah.
But that's how I let people know, like, you know, just going on social media platforms and promoting my music and doing collaborations with other artists, you know, having fun, really having fun with it.
Were you modeling at that time?
Yes, I was. And the craziest thing, I was definitely modeling more than I was doing music. So I would do fashion shows all the time. I did New York Fashion Week and LA Fashion Week a few times. And that's another reason how I kind of got out there in a way too, because I would do a lot of fashion shows and I would work with a lot of photographers and, you know, photographers that are proud of their work. They like to, you know, put it in, you know, different websites or, you know, talk about this, that, and the third. So they will promote, you know, some of the photos that I've done with them and vice versa. And so people be like, who's that? And then they find that I'm an artist. Then it's like, oh, you know, she modeled, she could sing. So it's just like,
Yes, jack of all trades. That's good. But
yes.
At the time of you modeling, though,
Mm-hmm.
did you have all the body heart that you have now?
I did. Not all of it, but I was pretty covered. Like I probably didn't have my fingers on my neck, but everything else I had. Like I was some of the fashion shows that I did, I was the only tattooed model, which I was really excited about because I like to stand out. But I was really excited about that because it's kind of like I was like changing the game in a way, you know, for certain high-end designers. Like, you know, people see tattooed models, they think like it has to be like urban or grungy or rock or whatever. But I was actually modeling in like really beautiful garments, like, you know what I'm saying. I had like nice dresses and rompers and like, you know, resort wear for like high-end brands, and I was really I was really excited about that.
Sweet, that's awesome. You're a beautiful girl, and when it comes to modeling, people think that, you know, your parents made you this way and that's it. It's hard work to be a model.
Yes, it is.
Cheeseburger. I'm gonna eat the cheeseburger. You can't have the
that
cheeseburger.
is facts. Like for me, I love steak. I'm gonna eat steak anyway. Like hello. But when I was modeling, I was probably, well, I was definitely 120 pounds. I was 120 pounds. Right now I weigh 160 and I love weighing 160. Like I
How
look
tall are you?
good.
How tall are
I'm
you?
5'8".
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I'm muscle. No, I'm playing, but um potato. I'm just kidding.
160 and 5'8", perfection. All right.
Right,
Black women be 5'8", 200 pounds. Perfection. Like,
right. But like being 120 and 5'8", there's a little skinny. Like I was really small. And I always wanted some weight on me. And I was like, dang, you will have to try on your garments maybe like 3 or 4 months prior to the show, and you have to stay that same size for 4 months prior to the show. And then when you get to the show, you can't fit your stuff because you was eating this, that, and the third, and not monitoring your weight. Then you kind of could get fired, and they will replace you, or they will never book you again. So it's kind of models actually have it kind of tough. I
yeah.
got a mean walk. Like I'll model again, but I'll model on my own time. Like I don't really want to dedicate, my body, mind, and weight to a certain piece of garment.
There you
I
go.
don't. I just don't. You
No, I was
know.
gonna say, at what point did you decide, hey, I'm gonna pivot away from modeling and lean more towards music?
Right before the pandemic. Because I actually took some time off, just to rebrand myself because I was doing music before, the MySpace and the Facebook and et cetera, et cetera. But um I was like, let me, come up with a blueprint of how I'm gonna rebrand. I want to pitch myself to labels. I want to get out there in a more serious way. I don't want to just keep talking about, hey, listen to my music. I wanted to get a PR. I wanted to get a work with an indie label. I wanted to get a manager and actually build the team. So I actually took time to rebrand that, and here I am.
No,
So
no,
that's right before the pandemic and whatnot. But really, before the pandemic, what brought you to Houston?
Well, my family lives here, and I've been coming to Houston since like 2014, so I loved it. And I was living in LA before I moved here to Houston, and it's just really chill. It's a chill. I love food. I love how it's very spacious. Like New York City is like everything is like together and on top of each other. But here you got like Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, like it's different places you can go within Texas. And I love the heat. I know people are like, she's psycho, but I love the heat. I hate cold. I don't want to be in the cold. So this is actually a perfect place for me. Because it still gets a little chilly during the winter time.
A little
But
bit.
like as excruciating as New York. So
but that's also
No
because
Sims
you
for
were in
you.
and you were in New York. You experienced cold. Like I feel like people that say they like
yeah.
the cold haven't lived in the cold. Like unless you've really shoveled snow
No.
every day, you ain't lived in the
Mhm.
cold. You think cold is fun. Like it's like, oh, the
Right.
snowflakes came down. Nah, man,
Right.
snow ain't cool.
So
Right. Like I can't do cold at all. Like I don't want to see a snowflake. I don't like I want that to be by choice. Like I'll go to Colorado, like it's right there. Like, but I don't want to be like, oh, it's about to snow, wind, snow season. Let's
yeah.
no. I
Yeah.
can't do that. I need the heat, the pool, palm trees. Done.
I
No,
like Houston's weather too, because when it gets cold, I'll be like, I can put on my leather jacket for 2 days, and after that,
It's
shorts.
warm again. Yeah. Like that's how it was in California too. Like down the mountains is like it's extremely hot, 90 degrees. And then when you go up to Bear Mountain, you can snowboard. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is. So
and it never rains in Southern California.
no,
According
that's
to
why they in drought. I'll be like, all right, we need a little bit of rain now. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I don't know.
All right, so far, given that you've been New York, Los Angeles, Houston, I mean, these are
Mhm.
big cities in music as well. Which one do you prefer right now? Right now, if you had to make a choice, like your life, I'm not even gonna say for the rest of your life. For the next 5 years, you got to stay in one of these cities. Which one is it gonna be?
I would definitely go back to LA. Because it's
Ah,
LA is like home. LA is like home to me. I love Houston. I love being here, but like LA is just so many different avenues and room for a lot of a lot of things. Like, you know, I'm a scenic girl, so I like the PCH in Malibu and Santa Monica Beach, riding a bike and roller skating. Like, it's like a peace of mind. So I just don't really
Okay.
got like yeah, I'm not going in Galveston's water.
Hey. You're
I'm not
right.
going to
You're
Galveston's
right.
water.
You're
I'm
right.
concerned.
You can try to defend Galveston all day, and I be telling people, I'm like, dog, it's not until when you go to another
No,
beach, then you're like, oh,
In
right,
Galveston's defense, not even in this defense, it's a lateral move. Were you really getting the
right.
water in LA?
Huh?
Were
Oh
you
yeah, yeah. I did. You know, I'm not really a big swim. I know how to swim, but I'm terrified of ocean water. It has to be like crystal clear blue for me to be
okay.
like, okay, like I'm gonna go swimming in here. But California is like the beaches are really rocky. Some of the beaches are really rocky, so they could be a little bit dangerous. You could cut yourself and all that craziness. I just be standing right at the shore, just you know. But I'm
Exactly.
not putting my feet in Galveston's water. I'm not even
Ain't
going
how we do in Galveston. That's all I'm saying. It's the same thing. We ain't. It's, you go for the boardwalk. You go for
to.
the.
Yeah. But
all right, let's
I be
not
seeing people at
completely
the beach
just
swimming. I be like, oh, right on. Won't be
I
me.
mean, shouts out to the people that get into the Galveston water. And it's just, you know, it's sand. It's just sand. It's not dirty. It's just I don't trust it, but you know, it is what it
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust it, but that is what it is.
So
Right.
you said you came to Houston around 2004. This is your time
No,
being
2014.
2014. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. Oh, 2004.
You were still a
That's
kid.
the Apollo.
She was
I'm
still
just
bad.
kidding.
That's the Apollo. That's the
So
Apollo.
you're coming around here in 2014.
Mhm.
Was it the reality show, the Destiny's Child Chasing Destiny reality show? Is that what brought you here?
No, actually. I actually did that show in Los Angeles. And
Wow.
that's not what brought me here. What brought me here was really just the aesthetic of Houston. I love Houston. I think Houston is a great city. I love to just, you know, be able to, if I want to go to a bar right now, it's a bar that's hot right now. If I want to go to a museum, there's a museum that's hot right now. If
Yeah.
I wanted to go to, you know, get some great food, there's like a huge selection of food here. And that's and I also wanted to like travel. Like I get bored easily sometimes. And sometimes, like in certain cities, like LA, I lived in LA for 7 years, and I never got really bored with LA because it's always something to do, always something. But that's how I feel about here. It's always something to do. You can never get tired of Houston.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So
Super exciting. But talk about your time on Chasing Destiny, like being on a reality show. It's dope.
yeah, it's like being on that show. First of all, we were up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so I am not a morning person. Let's start there. But we filmed it at it's something Greer Studios that is on La Cienega or La Brea in Sunset, one of those. But I know it's on Sunset somewhere, and we got up at 6 in the morning. Call time was. I actually got the gig from my former agent. Her name was Tammy B. She was a like a reality TV agent. And she do like placements and bookings and stuff in Los Angeles. But however, we got on the show, which was really great. It was me and a couple of other girls. Well, actually, a lot of other girls, and we all had numbers. And this is my first experience on a singy type of like show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like, you know, Kelly Rowland we're talking about. Like this is not like we're at the source. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Kelly Rowland is right here. Like, you know, like he's listening to you right now. Like, hey Kelly, like, you know, it was crazy. So I went on the show. We were in a waiting area. Everybody was rehearsing and everyone was like, you know, having a good time. And I assume some people was nervous. I wasn't at this time, like my nervousness wasn't, I was like, I gotta get to it. But I did my audition and it was her and I always forget his name, but one of the he was a manager for the group In Vogue back in the day. Totally forgot his name. I always forget his name. I don't know why, but
No problem.
very important guy. But I went there. I sung, you know, song. I sung John Legend, Ordinary People, and I forgot the other songs. I think Leon Lewis, Keep Breathing, or something like that. And my experience, like, you know, just chatting with Kelly Rowland and you know, and like just talking with the other girls, because we had to sing. It wasn't just me doing a solo. We had to pick a group of like to sing with other girls that we we did not know at all.
That's hard to do.
I was like, you shitting me or am I shitting you? So now, and everyone is assigned to a group. Like we couldn't really choose. Everybody was like, okay, you're over here, y'all over here, y'all over here. Sing Hotline Bling. And we had to harmonize and come up with our own like vibe. And it was terrible. Oh my God, and my group was terrible. Like it was some groups that was like, you know, but my group in particular, like we just couldn't get the notes right. But however, it was a great experience being on the show, and talking to Kelly Rowland and actually getting an opportunity to let people know, like, hey, like, you know, I am a singer, I am a songwriter, and you know, like she's a great performer, she's a great artist. So that was definitely inspiring for me. The only thing I can actually say about the show, though, is that it was every other show, it was staged, so they already knew who was gonna win, which I kind of thought that was kind of corny. You get what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so describe that process. So you're like, y'all went in and it was, did they tell y'all who was gonna win already, or
no, I figured it out. Look, okay, I'm smart. Okay, I figured it out because I was like, because some of the girls, I remember each girl that's in June's diary, wherever the group is now. But I remember every single girl that was in there. They split them up strategically, and then they knew who they were gonna pick. They picked, I think, so all the cities they went to, they picked one girl from each city. But the girls already knew that they were gonna win. They were just filming a show. But we had the impression like we were competing for like, you know, the spot, you know, to be in this group. So it was kind of like, to me that was kind of corny, because it's kind of like, say that, you know what I'm saying?
It's like I would have still come on the show.
For a prop.
Yeah.
You know, like for real, like I just thought it was kind of corny, because I'm like, and then they had like other girls that were famous that did know Kelly Rowland, that knew her prior to like singing and working with her doing other projects. They were on the show, and I'm like, how y'all know each other? Because I'm confused. I thought this was like a real, like, you know, everybody's like, oh my God, you know, but it's reality TV, you know. Yes. They're gonna sell the show, and that's that.
Reality TV is not real reality, so
right. So that's the only thing that was kind of funny about being on that show. But it was a good experience. It was very fun. Kelly Rowland is a really awesome person. She loves elephants. I have an elephant that's tattooed here, so that stuck out to her. So she made a compliment about that on the show, and it was pretty cool. So
dope. That's dope. You've been on a few shows. No Safe Show with Nikki Glazer, Jimmy Kimmel. Like, yeah. Tell us about those experiences then.
So on the Not Safe Show with Nikki Glazer, it was pretty funny. Tammy B, once again, she booked me for that. And we were playing the show. We had remade a funny version of the show, Cash Cab.
Okay, I like that.
But the gag is, instead of it being Cash Cab, we were picking guys up from the strip club. And so I had a money gun, but they didn't know that I had a money gun. But if they got the question, because they will get in a cab and they'll be like, yo, why is this girl in my cab already? Like, this is not a pool. Like, I don't want to pool with nobody. But they'll announce like, hey, you know, like you just want to ride, for Cash Cab, et cetera, et cetera. Mind you, it's Comedy Central, so it's stupid and hilarious and funny. So we asked them crazy questions like, who's the president? Which, remember, they come from strip clubs, so they're hella lit. Like, you know, we asked them just stupid questions pertaining to like politics and funny shit like that. And it's like some of the guys really didn't know some of the, you know, these political questions, which I thought was crazy. And when they got it right, though, I would take the money gun and like actually throw money. So they actually won money for answering the questions.
Oh, sweet.
Right, like correctly. It was pretty funny. So that episode is still out. That's pretty funny. And then on Jimmy Kimmel Live, this is actually a funny story. I was walking down regular day, just a regular day and a regular. And I was walking past on Hollywood, you know, Hollywood Boulevard, where they filmed the show. I don't know if they still film it there or if they changed it, but you know, one of the, you know, I guess producers of the show was like, hey, would you like to be on Jimmy Kimmel? I looked at him like he was psychotic. I was like, good sir, back away from me. Like, you know, this is my first time. Like, this is when I just moved to California too. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, and I look completely crazy. Like, I had on sweatpants, Converse, a messy ass mohawk, and like, you know, just shopping, just chilling, regular day. And he was like, no, seriously, do you want to be on Jimmy Kimmel? And I was like, okay, cool. He was like, okay, we're gonna play this game, foreigner or not. So you're gonna be one of the contestants, and Jimmy Kimmel's gonna have to you know the game, foreigner or not. He's gonna
Yeah.
have to guess where you're from. So it was my turn on the game, and he was like, oh, you're from London. And I was like, I don't know why everyone thinks I'm from London. That's a compliment. I'm like, you feel me? I was like, I look foreign. Okay, so so he was like, you look like you're from London. I was like, I'm from Brooklyn. And you know, Jimmy Kimmel is from Brooklyn as well. He's from Williamsburg, I believe. So he was like, oh, you're from Brooklyn. So now we have this whole conversation. He's like, what are you doing in LA? And I was like, you know, I'm a singer songwriter. He was like, sing something. Now, you know, damn well, I was finna sing something. So my ass started singing, and the crowd went crazy. My mom was like, I didn't tell you know, everything is live. So my mom was like, you want Jimmy Kimmel? What the heck? So it was crazy. And I sung Mariah Carey, Always My Baby. This is always my go-to song on the spot anyway. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty crazy. So it was really fun. What else happened? So later on in the show, Vince Vaughn, they had an interview right after we played Foreigner or Not, and it was pretty cool because he was just like, remember that girl that was singing XYZ? Like, she could really sing, and she needs a recording contract right now. And I was like, Vince Vaughn, don't play with me, Vince. I'm for real. And he was like, she cute. If I wasn't married, I'd marry her. And my sister was like, Vince Vaughn is talking about you right now. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, okay, I knew. I was like, I'm a star, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my shit right.
You've always been a star. My brother brought this is
really cool.
This is all subject, but my brother brought this to my attention a long time ago, way before Twitter started talking about it. I know you love Mariah Carey,
yes,
but your song "Always Be My Baby,"
yeah,
kind of stalkerish. You'll always be a part of me. I'm part of you.
No. Look, it's a stalker song. It's a stalker song.
Boy, don't you know you can't?
It's not a stalker song.
Good.
It's kind of creepy.
There are a lot of,
when you say it like that, it is kind of creepy. When
there are a lot.
Say it like,
you got to think about it like this, though.
Do I have to change my go-to song?
No. Don't change it. If you write a good love song, you're writing it about somebody that you have those feelings for. But the thing about it is, when you just look at the lyrics always look wild. Like, always. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
be like,
the worst stalker song, and that's not a love song, is "Hey Lover" by LL Cool J. Everybody knows that. If you go back and look at the lyrics for "Hey Lover" by LL Cool J,
it's eyes in the rear view. The nigga envision messing with that man's wife.
That's three verses of a man just imagining having a relationship with a girl that has a boyfriend. It's very wild.
That's really creepy. That's pretty creepy.
Also, LL, if you hear this, LL, dog, we're joking, dog. Like, put us on serious. Like, we're playing.
Yeah, kind of creepy.
We don't like Jamie Foxx either.
I mean, see, you have to listen to Jamie Foxx sing. Don't look at the lyrics. It's a little, sketchy. Modern day, oh, you'd be like, okay.
No, Jamie Foxx is incredible. Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I just know they've had beef since Any Given Sunday, so I'm not trying to jump in that. But okay, so we talked about Mariah Carey and Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J, all those people. Your music, like, let's talk about that, because Mariah Carey is your influence. Vince Vaughn has already vouched for you on national television. Like, get that woman a singing contract. All right, get her a contract right now. I mean, tell people about your music. I mean, preferably like your new single that you have out right now.
What is love?
Yes. So my new single is called "What Is Love," and it's actually, I'm doing an EP as well, followed by, so it's just one of the songs that's on my EP as well, and it's a love song, and it's a feel good song. I feel like they was making this funny joke about P Diddy and saying, like, because he said who killed R&B, or R&B is dying out or something like that. And I'm just like, I wanted to kind of bring that vibe back, soft guitar, acoustic sounds back. I feel like everybody is doing the same, rapping, female rappers or talk singing. I want to bring back the real vocal cords, soft and subtle music. And so I wrote What Is Love. But most of the songs that's going to be on the EP is going to be, every song's going to be different.
Okay.
Every single song's going to be different. So it's not going to be the same aesthetic. Which is something that.
So for this EP, we're not going all soft. It's going to be a variety showcasing what you do.
Yes, we're gonna have some house, Afro beats, pop. We do have soul, neo soul, which is What Is Love is like considered like neo soul, pop in a way. So yeah, it's a variety. So I'm really excited for that. This fall, you guys, my EP. Right now, What Is Love is out on all platforms. And then I also have a video that I'm dropping this week, actually, in 6 days. So the video to What Is Love is dropping in 6 days. And I'm really excited about that.
See, I'll go stream that. Go watch the video. Go stream What Is Love. Check it out. That's awesome.
Yes.
So, tell people, when you're sitting up here and you're saying like the EP is going to be a variety of stuff, in terms of you, like what's the type of music, or what kind of music are you actually going to be putting out there after this EP? Like, what's the sound that people come to for you?
The sound is going to be, I would say, pop. I love pop. All forms of pop, whether it's like pop soul. I'm definitely a pop girl.
Mariah Carey.
You're right. I'm a pop star, and that's just how it is. But you're definitely coming towards me to hear some pop, some R&B, and I love house music, so I'm definitely moving into that. But that's a form of pop in a way, anyway. So
it really is.
It really is. How is it from and you brought up the Diddy thing, because I feel like now every 6 months somebody comes out and goes, you know what, R&B, like what happened to R&B? And there's usually an R&B singer that's like, I'm right here. I keep putting out music. Like, what are you talking about? And so what are your feelings on just people, the public's overall feelings on R&B?
Well, the reason why the public is reacting that way is because they don't put talented artists in front of the public. That's why there's indie artists, underground artists. They put the same people in rotation.
Yeah.
Who don't sound great.
Yeah.
And then that's why people are like, oh, it's dying out. No, it's not dying out. It's just that the mainstream media is trying to jump on one-hit wonders and not put quality music out. But that's their fault. And then the contracts that Diddy made his artists sign. So I don't know. Like, this is why. What did he sign? Who was it? Day 26 was under Diddy.
Yeah. Day 26. Yes. Day 26. Danity Kane. Puffy had some people.
All I'm saying is,
Puffy had a number of people. I'm not trying to put
but just his groups. Like, where the hell is Danity Kane?
Yeah,
they were a fire ass group, and Day 26 is fire, and now they're trying to come out again. It's kind of like,
remember Diddy's last album, and his last hit was that one. The one where Rick said, Good Morning, but he had it with 2 members of Danity Kane.
Yeah. No, it wasn't 2 members. It was one from Danity Kane, and it was the other young lady. I just forgot her name. Last Train to Paris.
Oh, yeah, Estelle?
Yeah. Was it Estelle?
It was Estelle. She got the haircut. It could have been.
Yeah, that was Estelle. But like I said, R&B, like even it's just like, it's the mainstream media. If you put talent in front of, if you put quality music out, and if they were able to stream it, then we would be able to hear it. But everybody is so cutthroat and want to be just trying to be in the loop and in the mix. Everyone's scared to say, hey, check out this artist. Like, what I'm saying? Like, hey, you like some R&B? Check out this artist. Everybody wants to be what's hot right now, and they scared to branch off to like explore other talents and stuff. I think it's crazy, but that's why I see R&B is dead. It's not dead. It's like what you saying, Mary J. Blige is not making hits, because if you ask me, timeless music. We need more artists like that. We need more artists that are timeless. Like, we're still bumping Mary J. like from 1990. What?
It's true.
Like, you know, like these are songs, like these new artists are remixing their old songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And samples. Like, we need more artists like that, because it's so many artists now that you listen to one record and it's like, all right,
I mean, yeah.
artist is out. Like, you know, it's a billion artists out here, like, but no one wants, everybody is so like money hungry and want the fame. They don't want to take the time to be timeless. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
I mean, you know, it's gonna take effort. We were talking about Diddy. His son just basically recreates all his music, every single.
like, I'm
single.
over it.
I was like, look, I said, and this ain't even a shot against young Diddy, but man, just
Right.
do something different.
Different.
Diddy
Like, I want to hear what you
Combs.
sound like, because I thought that was your father.
Mr. Young Combs. I was like, dog, it's literally.
Put some respect on his name. Don't call him Young Diddy. I know you knew his name.
I'm gonna call him Young Diddy because every time he come out with a song, it's the same song that I listen.
Right,
I'm
that
like,
he
"God, man, you
did.
look like your daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like your daddy, dog." I'm like, this is the same thing over and over and over again.
Right.
You know, it's nice to have people that are out there that are like doing like, you know, a different kind of variety. You know?
Right. It's like we need new sounds. And that's why I'm here, to bring all the new sounds and the vibes and the vocal cords and the style and the fashion and the so on and so forth.
There you go.
The industry needs me.
That was perfect. Do
Your
you
whole line. Yeah.
the other thing too is now that you know that you're starting to see more artists that are coming out and like, look, I'm gonna just do whatever I want. Like,
Right.
you know, and I see you where it's like, I'm a high fashion model, but I got tattoos. I'm gonna sing,
Right.
and I'm gonna sing like, you know, people might look at you and not think, oh, she's gonna do soft music, and you're like, yeah, I got the soft music, but I also got this house over here. I got this over here. Like, I got all.
And I'll bust out in the too.
So being in this industry now, as you've seen it, you know, change. I mean, since you were on that stage, and you were on the Apollo stage with a group. You did the Kelly Rowland show with a group, and I feel like those kind of things also want to put people kind of in a box. Like, this is what y'all need to do. This is what y'all need to do. This is what y'all need to do. Do you feel
Right.
like there's more freedom now for an artist, or at least for yourself?
Yes, I definitely feel a lot of freedom. I feel like, you know, a lot of, I mean, Instagram and social media is making it free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do anything. Sky's the limit on social media. But I mean, as artists now in this generation of like the music era, I feel like we can do whatever we want. Back in the days, you know, it was a little bit more creative control. But now the artists have the leniency to have like the creative control and the you know, the fun vibes. Hey, I'm gonna wear this, and you know, I don't care what they say. Call me crazy if you want to. I want to stand out. I feel like a lot of artists are doing what they want to do. Sometimes it's for the worse, and sometimes it's for the extraordinary better. Like, you know, but it's like I like this part, this generation of music. I like because everyone is moving like freely. Like, you can kind of feel it. You're like, oh, Drake will drop an album and tell us like right now, hey guys, I dropped the album, go stream it. Back in the days, you had to prep and do a freaking press release, and now artists are just like, fuck it, I dropped the song at midnight. What's up? Pop up on me on in Vegas tomorrow. Like, you know, it's like surprises. Like, you know, it's not like, I don't know, it's different. It's more free. I like it better now.
The other thing too is like, I mean, you're bringing up Drake. It's like Drake and Beyonce just dropped albums that people would not consider in their genre, and now it's immediately like, yeah, that's ours. This is what we're doing.
I love it. I mean, like I always say, that music is for people who have an 800 credit score and a black card and taking things off. That's the type of music that they're making. Okay,
that's like, why I can't get it.
We did all the whole rah music, and now we're going to Ibiza with it. Like, now we're going to Greece. Now we're gonna make elevator music. Like, it's an aesthetic, and another genre that I'm so surprised. I won't be surprised if Drake hop on this, or even Beyonce hop on this lo-fi, like chill hop.
Yeah,
it's just hip hop jazz. That shit is fire. I listen to that every morning, all the time. And I'm like, I like to sing to that type of instrumentals, those type of instrumentals, but I feel like that's another genre that people are gonna start moving towards. And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be dope. Like, I would be surprised if Drake did it.
And it makes sense. It takes I mean, it's work. It comes from like the works of like how did I just forget this? Q-Tip and whatever. How did I forget his name? Thank you. God, A Tribe Called Quest.
Yes.
There you go.
Things of that
Mos
nature.
Def.
But I'm like, it's all this lo-fi music that has been kids have been listening to and they've been trained to hear on YouTube, because we all know the channel, The Girl with the Cat Who's Studying.
Yes, and the little fox.
That thing was playing for years. I think it played for 5 years live nonstop.
So that's
yes, it is the bomb. You just be jamming like
more of those. You're already innovative.
Yes, it is.
You do
I
it.
love chill hop.
Are you letting us know?
Oh, I am.
I'm about to say you got chill hop coming.
Yeah.
I already have some in the works for that. Like, I love chill hop. I'm definitely gonna move into that too. So that's definitely gonna be a part of my vibe, because I love it, like, extremely.
You could perform. You could do all these things. Speaking about performances, what was that like for you to perform at the Loud Festival on a festival stage?
So performing at the Out Loud Festival and
the Out Loud Festival. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It was really awesome. It was my first time performing at a festival, so I thought that, you know, this experience would actually give me, you know, it would broaden my experience on performing professionally. There's some stuff I thought I could have did better or said, or, you know, songs I could have did, but the adrenaline was there. The people loved me. I got so many amazing connections. Just being on the stage, having lights behind me and the smoke, I was like, this is the stage I need to be on. And I forgot all about the intermission. I was like, no, I don't want to be a part of no small shows I'm playing. I was like, once you get a taste of like a big stage, smoke, people controlling your lights and your sound, and you got background dancers, and you know you got this crowd that's anticipating on what the hell you're gonna do, it changes your whole mindset of doing shows. You'd be like, I need that stage. Like, can I get that stage? Like, you forget that you're even, like, you don't even be nervous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's just so many people that's waiting for you to just, I don't give a fuck if you just say one word, they're like, you know, they're listening and they're like, what you gonna do? Because they've never seen you before. So imagine people that do know you and you're on this big stage. So I was like, I definitely want to do bigger shows, well, festivals. It was outdoor. I performed right next to the Ferris wheel stage, and it was crazy. Like, you know, people was watching me on a Ferris wheel, you know, like looking down at the stage, watching me perform. I was like, what?
You know that you can't be mad on a Ferris wheel.
Next year, like, I'll be more prepared. Get me back. But behind the scenes, though, you know, all the artists and, you know, the organizers of the event and everything, we were all in the group chat. It was hectic. Can't curse in your music. You can't do this. You can't do that. Nowhere. I'm just like, you shit me, am I shitting you? It was like, this is an LGBTQ plus festival. They don't give a damn about no curse words.
They're out loud.
But I'm like, yeah, you guys are just too much. So I was like, I'm just gonna what? And I was saying, well, most artists blinked out, you know, their curse words or whatever for the festival, but it was still a fun experience. But I feel like if we was to have the twerkers and it would have been much bigger. A lot of artists did drop out because of the hoorah.
Yeah.
Like I'm a rapper. Like my whole album and songs, they all have curses in it. Like I can't mute out every single curse word. It sounds silly. So I understand that. But it was a great experience being in the middle of West Hollywood, California. People are just, and the event was free. Well, the stage that I performed at, it was in the entrance of it, so it was a free stage. So everyone that's walking in gets to see the performers before the performers. Pretty much. Like it was amazing. Like Little Kim was there, Saucy Santana was there, Charlie XCX was there, if I said that right. Jessie J also performed. So it was a lot of people. We had Cardi B. Cardi B was there, but I don't know if she performed. I know she was on a float for GoPuff. It's like some whipped cream brand that they have in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
But it was like I was just surrounded by so much positivity, love, and light, and I just was so excited. Like it was a great experience. I would definitely do it again.
That's great. And you've already put it out in the atmosphere. You want to do it again. You know,
I'm gonna do it again.
you will.
This time it's gonna say Jaeden Zoe on the back on the LED screen.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking into existence.
Manifestations.
Speaking into
Yes.
existence. Bringing it back to
Huh?
Brooklyn, Biggie said he just wished every performer got to rock a crowd of thousands of people just so they could have that feeling. And we're so happy that you were able to experience that. We're so happy to have you stay in and come out at the same time and to be on our show. Where can everybody find you on social media?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Jaeden Zoe, which is JaedenZoe. Also on Twitter. I just restarted my Twitter because I was out of the Twitter loop for a minute. It's Jaeden Zoe, JaedenZoe online. That's Twitter, Jaeden Zoe online. And my single "What Is Love" is streaming on iTunes, Apple, where else? Tidal, Amazon Music. It's also on YouTube as well for DJs that love to download it. And yeah, that's pretty much that.
There you go. Well, thank you once again. All right, I am Avery, like a very nice guy. That's been my brother, Just Devon, ladies and gentlemen. You can find me at AVE. What am I? AVE.
It's the Avery.
Thank you. THEE_AVERII. I don't know. It's in there. It's down there somewhere. There's my brother. You can find him at Just Devon and also at Dr. Douglas. And you could find us both, which is very important. This is the only one you need. At My Humble O. That's it. At My Humble O. Humbly yours. My Humble Opinion Podcast. H-Town. It's too sweet. H-Town. It's too sweet. Goodbye.